Alrighty, getting things started. Making sure stream health is good. Alright. Got Rainbow Guy, Dylan, Wesley Butterfield. Hey, Raincloud. Alright, doing a little bit of work on my scene. Attack of the 50-foot Pandora.
So everything
Oh, you already made your slideshow, Rory? Take a look at it real quick. Aw. Turn down the volume on that. You made some fan art for some of our D&D characters. That's cute. Betty Boop. Blythe Baxter. Gonna add the slideshow to the chat. They look really cute, Rory. Hey, Charles. We got Superman Media. Dragon Knight. Yeah, like I mentioned before, Dragon Knight, your art's getting better. And for those of you who don't recognize, that is Little Jackie. And when she was just young and using Trojan military equipment as like just fun little toys to play with. And below that fan art, we have some from our good friend, Name and Address Withheld. It's another one from his South Park collection. This one is Giant Wendy looking at a tiny Stan in a helicopter. And this one is based off a screenshot from the episode with Mecha Streisand, where she's like looking right in front of the screen. You get a sort of sense of her size. And I don't know if I've seen a whole lot of like close-ups on South Park, but you know, he added like the tiny little eyelashes, so that's like, you know, that's a pretty good detail to add for like a zoom in on a South Park character. Name and Address Withheld gets the details pretty accurate when it comes to South Park fan art. Going to try to remember to post all of the South Park fan arts that I've gotten on the channel, so everyone can check that out. See all the wonderful details in glorious HD. We got Megan Patton. When are you going to continue Patty? That will have to wait until whenever Kush commissions some more sessions. Glad you're liking it, Charles. Big surprise, Raincloud. I made an incredible shrinking hedgehog fan art. Bet Raincloud will enjoy that. Yeah, Gadget grew big from the testing from the Attack of the 50-Foot Pandora animatic. Yeah, I saw the Elastigirl one. I think I added it to my fan art folder. Hey, Spear Cyber Godzilla. Alright,
Everything but I.
so I basically just have gadgets floating ahead. I'm going to look at my my gadget collage that I made last time. Use that sort of like a reference to, where did I put it? There it is. Alright, so I'm gonna use that to finish the rest of my gadget little asset that I've been working on here. And then, with any remaining time, I'll get started on a bit of the voiceover stuff. Yeah, we got Hornet from Silksong. We got Rumor Honeybottom. I still want to add a few more Aminal type characters. Like I mentioned, like in the actual animatic, there's like ants crawling around. So maybe I'll get like the ants from Bug's Life. Or maybe the ant from the Ant and Aardvark cartoons, if anyone remembers those guys. No, Kush, I started about 6 minutes ago. I'm still doing my preamble. Hey, Makuru-san. So yeah, let's start with finishing up Gadget so she's just floating ahead. Why is your mouth disappearing? Ah, that's why. Did not notice the rest of the layers there. Was a friend of mine who really liked jumpsuits. Because they told me it was like such a fantastic way to, you know, get the day started. Because instead of putting on 2 articles of clothing, you're really just putting on the one big jumpsuit. But I don't know. I think maybe they just really liked Ghostbusters. They wanted to be able to be a Ghostbuster. What I'm trying to say is Gadget would be an awesome Ghostbuster because she has a pretty great looking jumpsuit. Oh, cool. Is that more South Park fan art? Yep. Like I mentioned, that's Wendy. It's sort of like a similar screenshot they had in the Mecha Streisand episode, with Mecha Streisand looking like right into the screen like that. Gadget's looking good. Thank you, Double Fox. Yeah, because you should check out. I posted the link above with Rory's slideshow, like the Dance with David and Danny theme song. Reminds me, I need to think up a new, or ask MC Cubes when I start doing some more work on it, for some new theme music. Because I did on my on the channel server, I did post art for the new OC characters I'm playing around with. I'm pretty committed to this idea because, like I've mentioned before, I've had a bunch of ideas for like what OC kind of series do I want to do for the channel. And I had all these ideas. Like at first I was thinking of doing like a total drama island thing, but like if the island was like the kind of islands from Gulliver's Travels, you know. Had a borrower's idea where it was going to be like you know, like little people helping out like folks in an apartment. But the latest idea I had, which is the one I'm pretty committed to, I want to do something where it's like Powerpuff Girls, you know, like especially the first season of Powerpuff Girls, where they're fighting giant monsters in very violent methods, just like punching them to death. But I want to do that with like kaiju-sized girls. Already got a name for it. Already posted the characters on the server. Maybe sometime this week I'll post the art that I made on the channel. But the name that I came up with was the After School Kaiju Buster Club. So after I get some more design work done, it'll probably be the project that I'm most focused on going into 2026. So there might be a little bit of a slowdown with commission work that I'm doing in 2026. We'll see what happens. I mean, jumpsuits are pretty cool. I agree. Ghostbusters wear them. Where's Gadget wears them? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good utility outfit, you know. If you're doing work like ghost busting, which gets dirty, or like, mechanical work, which also can get you like real dirty, and just easy to change and clean a jumpsuit. And it got all kinds of loops and whatnot for you to fit gear, carry around tools. She's great with gadgets, so maybe she can help Ian with some ghost traps. That'd be cute. I love it when there's like little gadget cameos. Like I've seen her do cameos on like it was like a Darkwing Duck comic. That was nice. And someone recently showed me like her cameo in like the Sonic Archie comics. Not like a real cameo, but like background character, looks exactly like her, basically same color palette. Hornet speaks, all she should say is Shaw, and cut to the memes. Yeah, I've seen some YouTube shorts about that. I guess some of the things in the memes that she was shouting is like obscenities. But she's too mature for that now. But all I got her doing for this animation is just, or this scene, she's just sitting there patiently. You know, like she does when she finds a bench and sitting on it. Just sort of letting the world go by and having a moment to herself. Very important. Gotta have those moments where put down your work and maybe drink some coffee, eat something sweet. Relax. Dr. Antel in property damage. Oh, property damage. Is she in that? Still waiting for Gadget and property damage. I like Gadget. I like Jackie as a kid more than as an adult. I mean, yeah, there's some fun stuff you can do, different eras in her life. But I couldn't think of too many jokes with, you know, like little kid Jackie. The only other joke that I really thought of would be maybe a little bit grim, like accidentally setting off the volcano in Pompeii that covered everyone in ash. Maybe some other disaster type stuff from history. What was it like? Fall of the Tower of Babel. The Great Library of Alexandria. If I remember correctly, that one burned down. She could be like trying to look at a tiny book and using like a magnifying glass and sets the book on fire, and then she accidentally sets the whole library on fire. I'm glad you liked some of the designs in it. Oh yeah, that was a fun idea, and like when I described it to my friend, she was like really eager to draw up some stuff for her. Make a tripod in War of the Worlds? Tripod. Are you talking about them weird, Jose, you're talking about them weird, like, eyeball robot thingies with the long legs that walk around? I think those were called tripods. The Bad Guys Breaking In series. Oh, Netflix series. That should be fun to watch. Maybe Jack accidentally sunk Atlantis. Can't believe I didn't think of that one like right off the bat. But yeah, that's definitely something. She's having a beach day. She dives into the water and like you just see a tidal wave wash over Atlantis. Hey Christian, nice to see you still drawing it. I mean, that's my bread and butter. There's a Ninja Turtle Christmas special coming to Paramount Plus. Can't wait. Is it the new Ninja Turtle series they've done, which is like the 2D version of their latest 3D or CGI animated movie? Or something entirely different? Damaris with word salad there. Leo met Mitzi. Yeah, my D&D crew is gonna get a kick out of that, Rory. Guess I need to add more body to her. Just a little bit. Good old classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even Battle for Dream Island is going to be aired in AMC theaters. Really? Wow. Is there a movie for Battle for Dream Island? It's kind of interesting. Still haven't gotten into that series. Most recently, and to the annoyance of a lot of my friends, I recently really got into the Word Girl series. I know it's like an old PBS show. It's one that I missed. I didn't like grow up with it. But there was like this video on YouTube, which was like a not a real montage, but sort of a collection of a bunch of clips of one of the villains, the Butcher, and it was just called like, I think it's like 12 minutes of the Butcher having problems. And it was like really fun to see. Like, this is an interesting character. He's not completely two-dimensional. Like, hearing the way he talks, he has like some actual kind of relatable problems, and made me want to check out the whole series. Lots of great voice actors. Patton Oswalt does the voice of one of the villains. John Benjamin. He's Reginald the Jeweler. Oh, she looks like she's shy. So yeah, I've been checking out Word Girl's series. But yeah, my friends have really noticed that how much I've gotten into it, because I do sometimes use vocabulary that I hear in some of the episodes. Like one episode used the term curmudgeon, which I did use to describe two old fellows in the most recent D&D campaign I'm doing with friends. Basically a couple of grouchy old men. And when I referred to them as curmudgeons, my friends could tell it was largely influenced by Word Girl. I didn't even get to mention another one of the villains I really like, Chuck the Sandwich Making Guy, who's voiced by Fred Stoller. Does some really great voice work. I love that guy. It's just going to be the latest episode. Okay, so not a movie. Damaris, I hope that's not your password that you're typing there. Also except for Has Been Hotel and Helava. Word Girl is awesome. What are the best PBS cartoons other than Arthur and Dragon Tales? I mean, for me, when I was growing up, like the shows or the educational shows from PBS that I enjoyed the most, you know, Sesame Street growing up. Carmen Sandiego, that game show was just so good. Had that awesome, what do they call it? A cappella group doing the theme song. So where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Oh, tell me. So those are some of my favorite shows. I'm trying to think what other PBS shows I really enjoyed growing up. I know it's not PBS, but you know, Magic School Bus. The series was pretty great overall. I have to look up classic PBS shows because some of these shows I just never watched. Oh wow. Okay. Now I found like sort of the archive of a bunch of the really classic PBS shows. Like stuff like Shining Time Station, Reading Rainbow, Ghost Rider, Bill Nye. George Shrinks. Hey, Wishbone. Wishbone was great. Sorry for that distracted trip down memory lane. Dr. Two Brains is pretty great. I like his whole shtick. I like how many of the villains are food themes. I thought at first Magic School Bus wasn't a PBS show because I think most of the time that I watched it, it was on like basic channels on TV. Looks like it was also on PBS. So that's another great show from PBS. Sadly, Dylan, I didn't watch a whole lot of Arthur. Not that I didn't think it looked like a good show, but I don't know. Just never really got into it. I think most of the stuff that I've seen for Arthur was like when they got really silly with some of the scenes. Like there was one where him and his friend were acting like Beavis and Butthead. So they'd make these references that was more for adults than for kids. And you gotta appreciate that when the people making these cartoons are kind enough to throw a bone to the parents that have to sit down and watch these things, you know, with their kids. Which Eileen, Kush? Oh, that's Eileen from Word Girl. Yeah, I've seen someone post some fan art of her. Some label it as like fan art for the channel. Though a lot of it I can't repost because it's like, what do you call it? You know, like Photoshop stuff. I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I remember a long time ago, one of the very first little things that I posted on YouTube.
So everything worked out just...
It was like a little slideshow of stuff with Teen Titans Go imagery. And that video got flagged because I was using like copyright stuff. I try very hard not to use anything that I just like pluck out of the internet. I like to actually draw stuff myself, you know. Oh, his hair just comes off. Ah. God, I did this with these characters. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Crazy Score. Glad you're enjoying it. Embarrassing confession. When I was a little kid, I used to have a crush on Arnold and Ralphie from Magic School Bus. Oh, that's kind of sweet, actually. I had a ton of cartoon crushes growing up. But the only time I think I was crushing on like when I was really young, like not even halfway through elementary school. Used to have a crush on Alice from, you know, Alice in Wonderland, the Disney movie. And there was actually a girl in one of my classes that just made me think so much about her. She was very nice and shy, you know, blonde hair. Yeah, cause like the rest of my crushes like going on was like be like, you know, the Totally Spies characters or April O'Neil. Different April O'Neils with like different series. shoot, who else? Some total drama characters. Total drama might have been like the last of my cartoon crushes. Probably when I was almost getting ready to finish high school. Might have been the last ones. Cabin crush on Wilt and Foul, says her. Yep, you've made it clear. You make a oh, the drones. Yeah. Ah, sorry, Jackson. I'm not really interested in murder drones. Jackie's dad turned into a cow, says Rory. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Because, you know, it's like Greek mythology and whatnot. And there was always people turning into animals. If I remember correctly, it was usually Zeus turning into animals. So he could hang out with those other animals. Wink. There's a series, what's it called? Crapopolis. They kind of make jokes like that about Zeus. My first bi-awakening cartoon crush was Sedusa and Susan Murphy. And Susan Murphy. Oh, Susan Murphy, Ginormica. Hee. I'm surprised they showed that kind of stuff on a children's cartoon. I didn't have cable at that time when Powerpuffs was premiering. So I was watching it like at a cousin's house. And it was the Seduce episode. And the father was like really shocked. She was basically running around in her underwear. He also disapproved of Johnny Bravo. I don't know. Johnny Bravo was fine. Yeah, classic Powerpuff Girls season 1. They were pretty brutal to the giant monsters attacking the town. kind of want to do similar stuff with the OCs that I'm designing. And not just so that when I make content, I don't have to worry about, you know, whether it's for kids or not. Because if it's violent enough and bloody enough, I definitely do not have to qualify it as for kids. I never get huge complaints when I do violent animations on the channel, but I definitely do hear from people like if their favorite character curses or appears to curse, and then I feel bad. No gore? What if it's a giant bug monster? How long did it take you to come up with Danny? Not very long, because I'm bad with names and I just named Danny after someone I knew. Or know, I should say. Thank you, love, but can you also message me on Discord so that I remember? Grazie. I'm a fairly careful guy, I think. Thank you, love. I hope I could commission part 2 for my original commission soon. Don't worry, take your time. This month I'm working on a bit of a Halloween thing. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow during the YouTube stream. Yeah, like I've mentioned, you know, want to focus on like OC stuff eventually, so at some point, not immediately, some point, I'll I don't want to say have less time for commissions, but definitely be limiting my time a little bit more when it comes to commission work. But no worries, I try to get my projects done. I think in recent years the only things I really had to cancel was those games that I was making, just because like I was really hating Construct 3. It was just so bad, and I really need to learn, you know, if I do want to continue with video games, like how to do some actual programming. Not like the kind of stuff I was doing on Construct 3, because they try to make it easy, but I just think things are more effective and efficient with actual coding, and that's something that takes time. And then, the most recent thing that I had to sort of quit on, sadly, is some of the David and Danny stuff. Just because, and I know, sounding like a repeating record, just a little hard, since some of the designs I had for them, a lot of the designs I had, came from my former friend had a falling out with. But yeah, I'm making some new OC characters, so trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm going to the Philippines on the last day of October. You're going to the Philippines on Halloween? Halloween, Philippines. The death of Flash ruined everything. Sex David and Danny were such fan favorites and associated with the channel for years. Yeah, it's just so awkward and weird. But going forward, at least I'll have total ownership of these characters. It's something I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with. I've just been basically thinking of ideas for episodes and little segments and stuff. And then hopefully with that comes the late stage for every YouTube channel, which is shameless merchandising. At least that's what all my favorite channels do. My characters might get used. Yeah, I really love that character concept.
So everything works. So
Oh man, I'm a little disappointed. I was looking at it's The Simpsons, their latest Treehouse of Horror thing.
So everything worked out just fine.
I was looking to see what movies they are doing parodies of,
So everything
and I'm always hoping it's going to be oh, they're gonna finally do an actual Attack of the 50-Foot Woman parody.
So everything worked out just fine.
But nah. Like, it's like over 30 years of Treehouse of Horror specials, and the only time they really did a 50-foot woman reference was during the one where Homer turns into the blob, and we get the 50-foot Lenny and Invisible Carl.
So everything worked out just fine in the end. It worked out just.
I mean, if you want to do a deep dive, there's also that Burger King, what is a kids meal toy with the giant Lisa. What was it, like the Amazing Colossal Sister? And like, what was it, season 6 or the 6th?
I'm a predator. Hear me roar.
Treehouse of Horror. It was called Attack the 50-Foot Eyesores. So they at least have the title in one of their specials. Although I was talking with a friend and he was very disappointed that of all the eyesores, none of them were ladies.
So everything worked out just fine in the end.
It was just like the Pep Boys logo, Paul Bunyan, Mr. Peanut, the giant neon cowboy.
So everything worked out just fine in the end.
What if your name and address withheld on my Violet and Beanstalk? Actually, he's been in more of a Halloween mood as of late, and he made something that was like just freaking hilarious today. Won't show it yet, but maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. It's like a really great piece of fan art, and it does involve Flash animation. It's not animated, but it is a fan art of a beloved Flash series. Remember this one called Figaro Foe? Figaro Foe. Or is that Fa? Yeah, never heard of this guy. I'm looking at some pictures. Doesn't look familiar. Sorry. I'm gonna assume his name is Faux because that rhymes with Figaro. But I've noticed, like, for the Asian noodle places, the ones that are spelled with the PHO, apparently that's pronounced Ba. Did not know that.
So everything worked out just fine in the end.
Alright, this is looking good. Let me just play it real quick.
So everything worked out just fine in the end. So everything worked out just fine in the end. So everything worked out just fine in the end. So everything worked out just fine.
Alright. Alright, this reminds me. Maybe next week need to start thinking about, like, trying to get the word out more about this this reanimated collab. Kind of recently came to, like, a dead end almost. I want to try and get the word out a little bit more. had a meter that I was working on because we did reach a milestone for 10% animators like signed on to it or who claimed scenes. Thank you. I like the idea of a giant just stealing crops from a farmer every week. That is something that would possibly happen in a D&D campaign, Kush. There are hill giants who they could lean toward being good, they could lean toward being, evil. They're usually some kind of chaotic neutral somewhere around there, causing like damage and mischief. And some hill giants, they will sort of bully villages. They'll go there, steal cows, crops, maybe even force like some poor villagers to cook for them or whatnot. So if we ever get into a D&D campaign, that could be like a plot or a mission. Any big names attached? So far, it's just artists I've seen on YouTube, DeviantArt, Twitter. I need to put my promo on Blue Sky too. See if I can get a few more artists. Yeah, these things are like more of a word of mouth thing. Just gotta ask friends, really try to wheedle some people into wanting to participate. And see if they can. I've noticed one issue is like if this was a SpongeBob thing, like you pick a really good SpongeBob episode, there's like a ton of people who are just fans of this stuff. With something like wacky races, it's like it's a classic cartoon, so there's like not it's like more of a cult following in some ways than like a popular following. Plus this is like the reboot version, so this one is even more obscure. And I have heard people who are fans of the classic series who said they didn't care too much for the reboot. But we'll see. I've told people these things take years. So hopefully as we get more scenes done, we get more attention out there, we'll find more artists. Yeah, the biggest name I'd say attached to it so far is Feed Fancier. He does have a pretty popular channel on YouTube. Alright, thanks everyone for joining in. Thanks for keeping things lively and listening to my weird rants. Finished episode 5 of Magic Siblings. Could I have a spot for a commission? Yeah, you could ask about that on Discord. Just send me a script and all that, Raincloud. But as I mentioned earlier, like I'm going to be pretty slow when it comes to commissions, at least for this month, and then maybe going into 2026. So hopefully it's nothing that needs to be like expedited. But yeah, send me all the information on Discord. Bye, Rory. Oye, somenazai. If I said that right. Did you get freaked out by AI? I am freaked out by AI. It's scary. All right, everyone. Sorry, my goodbyes are always like this. See y'all when I see ya. Have a good rest of your day or start of your day. Peace.